Welcome. This is my, I'm sorry, I'm dead inside right now, so please just either skip to the end and see the timestamps, or start watching. There's honestly just so little happening that I don't even, I'm not worried about the dad being weird, I guess, but I don't know what, what am I rooting for to happen? Someone tell me. If you discard 6 cards, you lose. And if you, yeah, it's a weird, but these people all had these cards before the world was shifted, right? And then, so why do these cards, I'm confused. The singing was funny in the first episode. Them singing every time they go to battle all this CGI demon fodder is kind of annoying. It's bad samurai Power Rangers. Odo Fireslayer, the legend. Oh yeah, we're starting to get into the firefighting a little bit. Not really. Right now they're just letting the fire just eat up whatever's on fire. But I found I found the girl to just be kind of slightly infuriating. Just like, I couldn't understand what just the way she passed off some of the things that were happening, and then and then her jump at the end caught me so off guard that I could not help but laugh. Animation is still pretty bad, but story is getting a little more interesting. The only interesting thing to me about this show is the so-called heroine, and she's got so little screen time. Man, it is still not a character that I even really like yet. I guess no. I like the last episode, but this one I was not a fan of. I don't know how old she is, but she's clearly older than these kids. So I'm not feeling the romance that it feels like is brewing. I mean, maybe, I don't know. The one guy is just calling her big sister, but strangely. It's gonna be 50-50 if this show is worth it or not. I mean, there's a lot of shows that I know are not worth it that I'm still continuing, but somehow it's slightly more annoying if it's should I care about this one or not? Oh, this show is gay. It's still boring. I thought more would be happening. He's shooting hyenas and rats with his blicky. I don't know for sure it's gay, but I feel like I'm starting to get the vibe. I can't really tell if I'm into this show anymore. I didn't love this episode. The kiss plot, the stalker from the Idol. She's having all this conflict about telling him if she's a girl, but he knows. I think this show is starting to lose me a little. The zaniness is only hitting half the time, and I feel like that's the main thing that I'm enjoying. I guess the helping friends out by bumping into each other ended up being fine. It was annoying a little bit at first, but I was like, okay. Daily life. What was happening in that? Oh, he's going to help out with the sick guy and help him with his daughters. That's right. So yeah, at one point I was like, why are you bringing kids into this torture series? But like I've said, I realize this is more of a romantical thing. I think he's cute, taking care of, they're being a little family. I don't know if they will be. Yeah, that was probably the cutest thing that's happened. That's literally all I can remember from, I guess it was a red-haired guy that I don't remember. This episode was fine. Sorry, I'm so sleepy. I just kind of feel like we're seeing the same things. I guess there's an invisible problem now with that one girl. Yeah, this was more of a setup for an interesting next episode. Bad guys are breaking in. Okay, I went from thinking I just was not gonna like this episode at all to like being like, that was fine. A mostly fine episode with like a scene I could do without, but I guess the mustachioed turtle was cool. That's all I got. I knew this hero party sucked and was dumb. You were right there, dude. You realized how dumb you were, that you're not heroes, and then you still think you're better off without Jack of all trades, boy. Quit being dumb. Quit being dumb. Crunchyroll, they've just gotten terrible at showing which episodes are new. Like when you click the new, it doesn't actually show you everything that came out today, like in the order that it came out. So I have to go to Reddit to try to find what came out each day. I just noticed that this, out of everything, like it was only 4 hours or so after everything came out or whatever, but this had 0 upvotes, but 79 comments, and like other things had like, 44 comments, 70 upvotes, blah, blah, blah. I was just like, oh man, this must be a controversial episode. So I was worried in the beginning when like he was alone with those 3 in the room, but this episode was fine. Forgot I had Scum of the Brave, which was also, I think, better than last week. I found the fight to be kind of interesting. But it feels like we still are not quite in the enjoyable range overall for the show. We're getting there, maybe. I guess having to chop body parts off of demons because they can't regrow back, but then being confused because you find one that does start growing back is slightly interesting. Okay, there were a couple shows I couldn't record reactions to. I think my phone was dead, so I'm going through right now and just Digimon. This was a better episode than last week. Actually, this was probably the best Digimon. Well, yeah, best Digimon episode I feel like in a while. It was interesting having the 2 teams work together and learn about sad Armor Boy's backstory. Armor, I don't know if it's a guy. Yeah, it was more interesting. Mythanthrope. This was also a better episode because we get to learn about the werewolf. I guess they're a reverse werewolf where it's a wolf most of the time, and on the full moon they turn human, and then they were an outcast in their wolf pack. Oh, and it was interesting that the 2 versions of oh my god, that conversation. Isaki, it doesn't like Isaki. It's a little confusing, but I think it's cool that the 2 different versions of her can see and hear what the other person saw and heard, but they don't know what they were thinking or what their emotions were. And so it's nice to see the 2 of them want to be their individual parts, but also continue being, one and the same. I like it. I'm liking it. I feel like it's got Minecraft hacks. It's just like what I've realized their power is, like take wood or ore or just turn it into swords and buildings. They might have found a dungeon that they need to hide because they'll probably get moved if they realize that place is worth anything. And they got just the elements to deal with, I guess, which are armored lizards. So I'll be lenient and say 50-50 on the enjoyment to eye roll. New girl saved the ladybug, so I was like, you're my favorite. But she's pretty horny. Maybe this is also going to be just like a cute little relationship between a robot and the person who accidentally bought her. I'm trying to enunciate a little more. Even I struggle to like know what I'm saying when I'm like listening back to some of this at times. I shouldn't talk too long. There's still not a lot to. It's so short and it's so quick paced at times that it catches me off guard. But it's not bad. All right, this couple might be more interesting than I gave him credit for. They're in a relationship, but are they really in a relationship? He's only interested, I guess, in her looks at the moment. I imagine the rest of the show will then being to learn that they love each other. It's getting more interesting. I like the story. It's just like, I don't know if I like the characters quite yet. They're either just kind of bland or semi-annoying. I'm interested, I guess, in the dude who she thought was dead, her only friend. Now he's just back. Probably bad. Okay, I think the lack of sleep is getting to me a little bit. I'm getting a little foggy. But I got through this episode. It was a little boring. I don't think I like the new character, priestess. The little run she did at the end actually kind of that did a lot to help her out for some reason. Was that orc infected by the Uzumaki? She's not OP, like I had previously thought. She's not doing much damage to this dude. We'll see if they survive. It's kind of, this I maybe took it for granted in the beginning. I was like, this is shock factor. Our main character will be fine. And I mean, she is, but she's going through it. Alright, we did become a plague dragon. The human transformation skill isn't there yet. They're gonna probably have to go to a village to get it. Seeing how they just get skills whenever they do anything that they're doing. And I guess that other guy isn't dead. I bet that puddle was like mind controlling him or something. Who knows? We upgraded and we turned CGI. So that makes me feel like we'll probably have this dragon model for last time or for a while, but I said that about the last one and we've already changed, so we might be moving quick. All right, we get more into the investigation. Main girl also got engaged, but it's been a mutually beneficial non-engagement. Cecilia, I guess, seemed nice, and then we got like one moment of just her hatred, I guess, showing through. Busting up human trafficking rings, so that's cool. Could use one of those here in the States. Oh no! By the way, I'm sorry I said suck it in the Fire Force review. I should talk about this anime. I like it because I guess like he actually seems like to be struggling. It seems like they could eventually be powerful. So I'm just curious how they'll build up to that with their ability. Some of the creatures are a little rough with the CGI, but other than that, I'm having a good time. Okay, so we figured out how she was gonna get out of that situation through a vote. And then she gets saved by... This was a little bit of a gut punch. There's black witches and white witches, and white witches like want to kill the black witches. She gets saved by, in the vote, a dead cat witch who appears to have been her friend. And I remember in like one of the earlier episodes, it was mentioned there had just been an execution of a black witch, and a black witch would have probably been her friend. And I'm guessing it was the cat, and that was a little whatcha to the gut. Other than that, kind of a little boring, and I'm a little... It feels like the anime is like about to start now in a weird way. Like the narrator has been building up this whole time, and now they're going to be a character. But I could see this being mid, or I could see this being good and sad. I don't know about just good. All right, we've cleared all the servants. None of them did it, and also she got killed by whoever did it. They came back and stabbed her in the bath. But now she's a vampire. So yeah, it's fun. Maybe losing me a little bit on some of it. It's definitely more entertaining than a lot of these other shows. And my final note: did they show that he was fighting with the other vampire like mentally in the last episode? Another cute episode for the most part. The prince is still annoying, but at least he's not as bad as Ice and won't fucking kill you when he's wrongfully arresting your ass. Yeah, it seems like Prince and other girl will probably just keep getting a little bit closer. And our homeboy Demon's fitting in pretty well. Wait, is there a... Who the hell? Who's this guy? I realizes there's a post-credit scene. Random guy showing up and taking out people. That's I'll see what that's about. Well, this episode's got our heroes feeling down. I'm so annoyed that that Tackle got taken out that easy, but I guess it was the strongest character we've seen blitz attacking her. So, sucker punch, sucker kick. That leg. Hope it's all right. Good episode. I guess I feel bad for our guys and gals. It feels like it's leading to them somehow getting a lot stronger. Because, like, right now, it just doesn't seem like they stand a chance. But we'll see. I think I'm getting into this show more and more. The audio seems better than from what I remember from the first 2 episodes or so. I guess little bro just knowing everything that's going on and somehow sniping an enemy commander with a sword. Getting promoted like crazy by the Emperor. I like that the Emperor seems to be smart. I don't know. Just like willing to listen. For some reason, my MF Ghost recording has been just corrupted. I'm recording this now way after the fact. I remember that none of my predictions were right. The German took the win. Blue guy got third. Katagiri got second. It was nice. It was good. Solid race. Felt it coming. Not as exciting as last episode, but yeah, the non-racing parts of this anime, I forget. I'm not the hugest fan of. It's just, it seems like, I don't know. I feel like I don't like half of the guy characters that show up and talk. The race ending this soon, I guess, gives me hope that there'll be more solid another race next time. Oh, and I guess the elbow won't be a lingering thing. I thought this episode was pretty cute. The song always takes me out of it just a little bit, but I mean, not takes me, like, it's the song is maybe just, yeah, I'm 20, I'm almost 28. It's just so cute. All right, I'm done. Man, this show is fun. Like, I feel like I keep rating it too high, probably, but it's funny. The main character is suave. he's smooth. The powers are like, it's kind of whatever in my opinion. It is fun, I guess, to see them grow, but more so the character interactions are funny. The maid was I was laughing every time it showed what the maid was thinking. Nice OP, nice ED. Was there a different OP last week? I was almost certain there was a OP. This episode was fine. It left a little bit to be desired. I'm not that interested in this AD trying to get everybody to cosplay and then the director. I mean, it's it's a world I a little bit wish I could have been in, but definitely probably would not have done well. I'll be interested more when... I mean, this is all, I guess, setting up for Ruby to do some detective work, so I guess in that sense I'm fine with it. A fine episode of Vigilantes. I enjoy the grasshopper duo. The squidoid, or octoid, must be really strong. I don't know, maybe I'm just, like, overestimating Eraser? Is his name Eraserhead? I can't remember. The Crawler is improving their abilities. Not getting caught as a vigilante, even though they're pushing it. The speed dude seems like really strong. Probably taking one of those drug things. But also would be cool if they're not, so that they can get even more stronger later on. Another goofy episode. I'm enjoying. Yeah, this honestly feels like maybe a potentially good show to like recommend to people if they were gonna get into romances. I guess I don't know. It's maybe more comical. It just seems like a lead into maybe some more intense romance. I thought the other Idol member was gonna be way more annoying this episode, which makes me a little worried for next episode. I feel like he's gonna do something annoying because he's petty. Easy, it seems. Although we saw the next day. Maybe not. Tamun might be feeling the love for main girl. She's shutting it down. Can't accept the love from a god. So I'm enjoying this. Now I think way more now that they are like actually a couple. I didn't love the coworkers, but they're growing on me. And yeah, it's just a pretty cute show. Romancing it up. Cute moments getting interrupted by parents. Alright, these really gotta be quick because I'm out here freezing with my computer, but we are back in the barn and we are back with Frieren. It's funny, I do forget how, like, chill this show is at times and just, like, meandering. I enjoy it, but I was just talking to somebody recently who hadn't watched Frieren because they said that bothered them. And it's just, I used to be like that. I mean, right, I'm still kind of like that. I'm only not like that because I'm forcing myself to watch everything and therefore finding some little gems, or maybe not gems, but for me, I'm discovering new things. Just like Frieren. Vernon Stark learned about the Southern Hero, so do we. Helped out Himmel get with Frieren and killed a couple demons, I guess. I enjoy always finding out which random spell she's gonna get. This episode, I guess she got the spell to turn a red apple green and the spell to get the itchy spots on your back, which is just, I'm like, it just makes me think, like, what are all the spells that you have? This was the best episode so far of this show, this season. I've definitely forgot a lot, because I'm like, oh, this tree guy was a whole character. We get another intimate energy sharing moment. I guess the gender benders are called Tensen. Blondie wasn't one, but I feel like they've got a similar setup, and Pink Girl was one. But yeah, it seems interesting. The people I forgot they were criminals. But then we also learn about like the gender benders plan to like go and turn everybody in the mainland into food. Well, I do feel like the conversations are getting more interesting. Charlie's strong. I mean, I knew he was strong, but breaking out of that jail cell, that seems like a feat. Oh, excuse me. Early morning indigestion. I like this show. It's interesting and I enjoy it, but there's just like a few moments that are just like annoying because it's just like, why you gotta pick up the knife, Charlie? And I guess that wasn't even the point. Look, it's more that they're associated with the terrorists. But it just seems like, and like with the kids, like, no, it's just, I don't know. It would just seem like if a human Z was like a real thing that was going to school, like, and talked, it just seems like, yeah, there would have been more effort into just like understanding and taking care of this creature. And I like Charlie's, aren't all animals just one animal kind of thing question, and I guess we get some thoughts about anxiety and non-physical pain. I don't know. It's fine. I go back and forth, I guess, between liking it for it's just so strange. We got the main character worrying over their turtle children and having to learn to let go, and then do the same with what used to feel like friends and maybe parents even, that are now like his children. I have moments where I relate to him in like an annoying way, and I know it's annoying to just be down on yourself all the time. But the line I was referring to was the why do I have to be so me? Curious what's going on with Mizuha. It looks like she's sewing up a Fushi doll from a dead Fushi for her birthday. So fun stuff. Alright, we're adding medalists to the stacked season. I think this is the last new show to come out till, like, JoJo. But it is a good show. I enjoyed watching the first season to get ready for this one. Main girl is funny. Her coach is funny. The competitors are interesting. But what's up with that one girl's eyes? I thought they were... Yeah, I didn't know what was going on. So, I'm assuming she's gonna get one of the seats. There's 5. We'll get to compete with black-haired girl. who I guess was like just a wild animal. Not a wild animal. That was quite the entrance. I thought she was his brother too. Wow, completely just forgot what I was gonna say. I mean, I like the episode. Oh, it's just like I feel like this episode all but confirmed it's black haired girl. Yeah, I'm just gonna be shocked if it's somebody else. I'm still interested in the story. It's funny, and I like how he's helping them all out. I'm curious how it will go down, because I figure they'll give a couple episodes for what happens after all the reveal is made. Because I feel like he needs to realize he loves her or something. But maybe I should just watch it and stop predicting wrong. This has some good moments. Probably best episode so far. We can get into the ethics of it all. She's definitely an assaulter. But everybody seems okay with it for the most part. They do tie her up. Alright, the gang is back together after a pretty cool puppet fight. I kind of forgot that these guys, Vash and their brother, or I guess Plants, live for a lot longer. So it was like, how the heck is this old dude that kid? And then, yeah. I don't really know. I guess we're just going to keep trying to stop Millions Knives. I said Vash was looking rougher than even me. And then I was like, and then when I was editing, I was like, nah, bro's still hot. But Millions of Knives, I think I can claim they're looking worse than me. Okay, slight JJK spoilers. I'll put a little time when I actually start. I shouldn't have watched JJK first, because now I'm gonna be comparing everything to that Kill Bill ass fight, and nothing's gonna hold up. All right, I'm talking about the actual show now. This was good, better than last week. A little bit of my concern is happening where it's like, that first episode was really peak. But now nothing's probably gonna quite live up to that. But we get a couple cool moments, cool fights. I think it's just the main character is like the most annoying character in my opinion, and then the goddess is like second most annoying. Not that she's terrible, and he's not bad either. They just I like the fake king way more. The crazy quiet dude who's throwing hands. Just he's pretty dope. Is it bad that when I saw the first tree demon, I thought wood? But we got another cool fight, 3-way fight this time. I don't know who two of the characters are. I guess the other, they said their name. They're, I guess, daughter of Hera and Heracles. Is it Hercules? I don't know. I kind of missed his name, admittedly. The names, I don't get why they're important. Oh, well, they did say that it's like their weakness. I guess I get things. Some of it I just don't super care about. But there's a lot of characters. The fights are pretty cool. I'll take that. What's up with the stomach mouth? I don't get what that is. So it seems like this is actually the past, and this might be the most interesting, or the main character that I'm most curious about. Just because I'm like, I want to know more, because she just, I don't know. She seems crazy. She wants to complete this game 99 times. I like this episode. Nothing too brutal, this one. We get backstory about a girl who murdered her twin. I think. It's an artsy show. Like, a lot of the times I'm like having to rewind. I'm like, what is it? They're playing like a sliver. But I like it. It's just, I don't know. I don't have much to compare it to. I haven't watched too many death games with this. This might be my favorite. It seems like there's is there a death world? Are people just going crazy? I want to know. Another fun episode. The middle one with the Demon King's daughter. I feel like they do mini stories per each episode. And I feel like that one might be one of my favorite of the series. It was just, it was well done. I always love when they have the Demon King, be the last little note on each of the little stories. Torture sessions. I don't usually them trying to not feed her so that she'll enjoy her food more, but then not being able to bear being hungry. It's positive funniness, which it doesn't seem like there's always a lot of that. Okay, so I totally forgot there was that line last week about, like, how the water was, like, taking on people's images. Just, like, was, like, complimenting the water, like, damn, it looks so good. Totally a story element that I completely, like, forgot about in the review. But they're explaining it a little bit more this time. I guess the world is, like, becoming the image of what people think of it as. So, like, people think of the moon as, like, a smiling face in the sky. So there's a smiling... I don't know exactly how many people... I guess people think of the moon with a face. So there was a previous great cataclysm, and we saw I guess we saw the past, which was real life, which is what the world used to look like. So the last great cataclysm changed it from the real world into anime, because I guess our images of the real world is anime. And then this time going deeper into the metaphorical images, I guess that's my interpretation. And Shinra is Jesus. Yeah, it's interesting. The brothers getting in on helping, I think. This would have been a terrible episode for me to watch when I was having a breakdown, but that was over a year ago now. But the fact that I'm maybe bringing it up is questionable. Suck it! The character that I was worried about, I don't have to worry about him. I feel good. It's genuinely still kind of creepy, and it has like some funny moments at times and some heartwarming moments at times. It's got a lot going on for it. It was portraying him the way that, like, I was worried about, but that was purposeful to his story, like with him and his daughter Ghost, which was sad. And then Kaya-chan out here clapping Ghost as a baby. But yeah, and then he's spooked about what's in her house. I guess her mom. And is that one teacher just trapped in the mirror world now? I bet that will come back. Yeah. The pool demon was creepy. And they split up Sugimoto and Asharipa again. But good episode. Man, it feels like maybe everybody's gonna be dead by the end of this season. Or not everybody, but a lot of people. We're getting a lot of character deaths. Homeboy Pirate. I lost count of how many times he'd been stabbed and shot. Went out though like a G, saving his friend. Dude can swim in beer like I don't even know. I don't even know if fish swim that well. And then while everybody's dying and all that, we get that one guy who I guess just will not die. Not that I want him to. I'm not saying like it seems like a brutal finale. Episode 4. I don't know why I mentioned that. Main girl's in high school now. Seems like high school. I actually didn't probably feel as lonely as her in high school. I understood some of it, and but I also feel like I understood some of the suffocation that the aunt is feeling. Just being in the kitchen after like she shows up with her friend kind of unannounced, and like I'm like, oh man. Oh, I've been meaning to mention her sleeping just because it definitely seems like it's gonna be a big plot point. Now I'm wondering, like, was it happening before her mom died? Had that been going on, or is it only after that it started? And this show just, it does little things that feel intentional, like her waking up, and I think there's just like the sound of an ambulance in the background, very kind of subtly. It makes me feel like this is a more serious health matter. With a lot of anime, I always feel like things are gonna work out, And I still kind of feel that way with this one. But a lot of the moments just feel more real than a lot of other shows. It makes me feel like there's going to be a more ambiguous ending. Kind of just like how main girl keeps expecting Aunt to say and respond kind of similarly to her mother, but then doesn't. And it's nice, but it's also not what she wants. But what she wants may be impossible. The idea of two people being together and one feeling lonely and one feeling suffocated is, yeah. Oh, this was a good episode. Fun meeting. Tricky Genosha, or even trickier protagonist. I totally thought that was the plan, was to get him to lie and then mess up, and then it was going to be like green-haired guy or something. But no, Yuri got it right away. Not right away, but like pretty quick. The transition after they got everybody was different. It like counted down the days. So like, did they go back in time to the beginning of the meeting so they can talk to black-haired girl and then like get everybody to survive? Or am I just thinking about it too much? Sorry for all the snow crunching. It's cold out here. My drink froze. I will say they're a pretty adorable couple. I really enjoyed the dialogue in this show. It's either like pretty funny or like, I want to say insightful. It's just like, yeah, I liked the inner monologue on the difficulty of using words to convey thoughts. I gotta stop walking around, there's too much snow. And then the other character that I thought was gonna annoy me for a second, but I'm more like intrigued now, was the dude that's like, oh, everybody's got like follows the hierarchy around here, and then he's like, I'm the one that follows the hierarchy. I'm enjoying this. It's a little stressful watching relationship shows, I'm realizing, because I've been waiting. I feel like everything else is like before the relationship, like all the other romance shows I've seen, and then it's like it ends like them getting together finally. So watching a relationship and like the mini anxiety attacks of jealousy and feeling like you haven't conveyed your point, feeling like you were misunderstood potentially, or that you didn't get your meaning across. Yeah. There's a lot of reasons I'm avoiding a relationship, but I guess it's fun to watch some anime characters have at least a nice one. Wow, well, I don't know, I was going for a wow or a well. This was a good episode. After exposition episode last week, we definitely get some action. Yeah, woke me up. I mean, I still sound dead, but that's only because I pulled an all-nighter to post week 3. It got copyrighted with 2 things that I've already used visuals for. But we'll see. I mean, it's 30 days, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. I'm still here watching everything, and there's some good watching. I just... I saw like Maki like just memed a lot, or like people were like, yeah, but like I knew she was from JJK, and I didn't know who she was. I didn't realize she was Maki. I get the internet's obsession. She is. Whew. Hello, you have made it or clicked directly at the end. I'm still here. We've got everything ranked in titles, sort of, for the most part, and then timestamps. And then I'm gonna go ahead and go into the points, and the points are starting to become a little interesting. We got no freaking way I'll be your lover unless, slowly creeping up to that first row since it finished out. It's golf points, by the way, so you lower scores better. You just get however many points you had for your rank in the week, and everything adds up. And we'll see what ends up being how to look at all this at the end. And I think it's funny because here's the last one It's freaking Saoshi. I know it's called something else, but I was so early that I just know it as Saoshi now. 204. Crushing it.